G'day guys, welcome back, and today we're looking at my tactical demolisher. Alright, just like in all my other mod overviews, I'm just going to go over the paint job, the blaster, and pretty much show you it firing. So first of all, let's take all the tacticalness out of it, because we're only going to have a look at the base blaster. Alright, base blaster, I'm going to keep the angled foregrip on it because that's pretty much where this foregrip is going to live now. This is the only blaster that'll pretty much accept it out of my whole arsenal. So she's just going to stay on there now. So obviously we'll just go over the obvious thing. This is a demolisher and there's no missile launcher on it. I pretty much wanted a stryfe, but stryfes are insanely hard to find in Australia now, and when you do, they're pretty much $30–40, maybe even upwards of that, and they're very rare as well because all the other modders have got their hands on them and cut them up and made them into their own. So in order to get a semi-automatic platform now, similar to a stryfe, you've pretty much got to get a demolisher and mod it up to be a stryfe. And that's what I've done. So that process was cutting off the missile launcher on my bandsaw over there, sanded that down, then cut a retaliator barrel up, epoxy puttied and 3-day epoxy that on the bottom there, so that's never coming off now. That's very strongly held on there, like I'm holding that with a lot of force, trying to twist it. And this plastic back here is creaking before this is, so that's a very solid bond. And then that pretty much just allows you to put foregrips on, like I've done, and it's very comfortable. That's just the regular Nerf rail as well, so you can put on Nerf attachments and foregrips on there if I so wanted to, but the ungood foregrip is very comfortable. Raider stock on the back. This is actually a yellow barricade stock. I know, I'm a bit of a sinner there. But I pretty much wanted it because of the colour the Raider stock, this Raider stock was. It's that kind of gunmetal which is on the same colour as the blaster. So I wanted that tube and not have to paint it, because then it would have caused awful like paint streaks all through it, and it just would have ripped all the paint back from moving it back and forth all the time, because it is like similar to a buffer tube system. So that's why I went with that one. I know don't hate on me for painting a yellow stock, but I did, and it's white now. So the paint job started off as always with a matte black vinyl dye base coat, then went on to since the demolisher is two separate shells for the main blaster, the undershell is gunmetal grey, and then the top shell is white obviously. Details going throughout, I painted the handle black and white separately. Over this side I've done the battery door, what's left of the battery door anyway, or well, inside the battery housing, black and white. All the lettering up the top, the tactical rails, the little iron sight thing back here, and then the Nerf rail under there is white as well, so it actually looks quite nice without the foregrips on the bottom because it has the white blending throughout it. And then as all my blasters, I just have this magazine in it just for a showcase because it looks pretty. Although I do have the 15 round worker banana mag, which looks pretty sweet in it. The black and white just flow nicely with it. Another awesome thing about my paint job is because the demolisher is two different shells, I wanted some cool like finishes on it. So actually the undershell for the underside of the demolisher is actually a gloss clear coat, and then the second shell on top of it is a matte. So you've got two different finishes playing off each other, so you're getting nice reflections in the gunmetal, but a nice solid matte in the above shell, which I think is really cool. As seen before, the front nozzle does still accept attachments, so you can put Spectre barrels on the front there, or any type of barrel you want. Same with the stock. I've just got my white worker stock here put on. That's actually very comfortable and looks quite nice, I reckon. Some good old worker pimp. So for the internal mods, I have this running on two MTB Rhinos, 130 size, going through brass dart guide in there, running off 18 AWG silicone wire, high flow micro switch, and then I have the LiPo stored up in the access door at the top there. That just then runs through the battery door, which I've also got a quick disconnect in there. And then I also have another Dean's connector in the handle, so the two shells still separate, but then still a connection here as well. So there's two connections throughout the blaster, but that just makes it easy to pull apart. Now the brass dart guide is actually very good. It groups the darts very tightly. Before I was getting darts going left, right, everywhere because of Elite darts and how they're made. But the brass actually helps so much. It groups them very tightly. I reckon from here to about 20 meters away, they'll be grouping within a region about that size. So it's pretty good. I'll give you a quick firing demo now. Volume warning. There's a few dart poops on that last one, so I'm just going to chuck in a fresh 18 and go again. So that's pretty much it for this one. Pretty solid build, I guess, to not be a stryfe, but to be a stryfe, I guess. People hate it when people cut the missile launcher off because that's what a demolisher is. But in order to get a stryfe these days around here, this is what you got to do. So this is what I did, and I like it. If you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen this being built a lot. I did post a lot about this one. I usually try to keep my builds on the down low until I want to really show it off and bring it out to the public. But I thought for this one I'd document this one quite a bit. So if you want to see that side and see my projects being built, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links will be in the description down below. And if you want to check out more of my videos, check out my channel and subscribe for when I upload. And I actually got a new phone, so I hope the camera quality's improved. It should have improved. So I hope you're liking the new camera and setup from the last video. But as always guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. The muscle still does accept attachments, so you can put a big old dildo